Hello, hello and welcome. I'm LeatherMushroom, your host with the mostest. Today we're taking a look at the next installment from Trenchworks, which is CountryCide. Now CountryCide actually runs as a prequel to Trenchfoot, and behind me you've got playing the wonderful starting credits. This is only a short video. Came out about 3 AM this morning, and I just happened to wake up at 3 AM, so here we go. Yes, this is a prequel, and it's kind of going into, obviously you saw Trenchfoot, and it's going into what took the world from this weird Christian state kind of hard fought peace to trench warfare. Obviously you're playing as the Master Templar, a man with no name, as it were, a servant of God, and I'm not sure if it's God and the church as we know it, or just a kind of more fictitious, slightly different name for certain reasons in-game church. But I'll be honest, we're straight off to a win because there's a horse. What a horse fan. Horse with blue eyes? Don't know. Augmented horse. Christianity horse? Who knows? But Master Templar is hearing a voice. Now, it's a voice calling him to this place in the woods. Now, apparently, only, nutters generally hear the voice of God, don't they? So, he's travelled here, regardless, to find out what's going on, what sense of dread is dragging it here. Start off, and the sound design for what's obviously like, kind of like jungle, swamp, woods, if you know what I mean. I think that's how I can put it particularly. There's only certain parts of the story I've purposely skipped over and missed out because I think it really, the story helps build to the atmosphere, and I don't want to give away too much in the way of spoilers, but at the same time it is only one episode, so there's only so much you can sort of take a look at with, without giving too much away, so here we have our short sword, which I would like to see more with the short sword. In a way, I would, because I think it could be quite powerful. So maybe meatier looking. It's looking very dainty, or it might just be dainty in the hands of Master Templar. We don't know. We also have your melee is, so your secondary attack is a kick, a Duke Nukem style boot, as it were, which does a pretty good job. You've also got the fister, which is, well, obviously your fist, but I kind of feel it redundant considering for your secondary attack you've got the boot tied to it, so there's no real need. I mean, you've got this great kind of like orangey sort of autumn colours background and colour palette, which really fits, especially with like, these little bits of like stretched out skin with skulls and stuff. It looks really pretty fucking good. And these guys, do you know what? It's really cool seeing them, because it's like they've almost captured a perfect rural-looking version of the enemies in Trenchfoot itself. Whatever language they are saying, if it even is a language, I don't know, have no idea. It sounds good. It sounds particularly fucking mysterious. Especially when they're running at you with, these guys cut you with knives, scythes, pitchforks, which is really nice to see, and say like a more rural variation on, I don't know if these guys are kind of more demons or people possessed by demons or what have you, but they're cool, and they fit the setting well. And here's we're going more into some more like underground tombs / catacombs, or obviously underneath the rural setting, which I'm guessing is loosely based on anywhere in sort of Europe, I'm guessing. So that's a really terrible description. Anywhere in Europe. Sorry, geography is not my best subject. Then again, neither's video games, so there you go. Yeah, go through, got some great, I'll be honest, this feeling wise, I think blood. The time Trenchworks have finished their series of episodics, then, you know, Blood's got some challenge for atmosphere and how it looks, especially from the occult side of things. You know, there's me getting murdered by cultists a lot, which happens a lot. This is not... This, I didn't find it an easy episode. It wasn't like a little sort of 20 minutes blast through and done. No, this was a proper hard, you know. But we did the usual. We ran in with a shotgun, which we do pick. You can get the shotgun fairly early on, but I'm not showing you where you get it because it's a very well hidden secret. Very well hidden. But it was definitely worth finding because the trench gun, as you've probably seen in Trenchfoot, is just that great single barrel hallway clearer. You know, which, especially in these kind of, in the underground parts with the catacombs and things, it's required because stuff just jumps out at you, just from round corners. It just likes to go, fuck you. Seems to be its new favourite thing. Yeah, we come back outside to some more skin stretched over stuff, which I quite like that look. It's done really well. So you can see what I mean by I'd like to see maybe more done with the sword. You know, more of maybe more of a moveset, but then again, I don't know the limitations of the engine to the point where I can say, oh, you need to implement this. I don't. It's not my place. I don't make them, I just play them badly. So going back into the... I mean, listen to that clock. And this, whatever the fuck that was, that scared the bloody hell out of me, that did. How they've done this house is really, really good. Like, I am definitely all for it. You know, it's tense is definitely the word. And like I say, it's out-blooded blood on this. Ah, yes. The skulls with the tentacles, with the eyeballs, with the murder. Tentacly eyeball murder. And it will do it again and again and again. This was not an easy fight at all. But then again, sometimes you just got to cheese it a little bit, haven't you? Until it twigs onto you there. Blast away and keep moving. Keep moving. Because I found in like a couple of hits, it'll take you out. And a direct hit from whatever that green goo ray is, then that does it. Goo ray? Goo ray? Does that... I don't know how much of a word that is. This I love, this open cavern. I absolutely love this. Some really good level design in here. And labyrinthian is definitely the word to use, I think. Definitely. Now, the revolver, as you might have noticed, is different to how it was in Trenchfoot. If you remember in Trenchfoot, the revolver you just kept firing away, but you've got a reload on this one. I would like to see an actual reload animation for it, but, you know, the sound is good enough. And the revolvers, the model's changed as well. Now, there's a little secret there. You find a Bible and it gives you, obviously, it's like, you know, a power-up sort of a mega health, but no armor. Now, we met this, what, cool little green ghost in here. You know, green ghost of obviously... Because it's obvious what they're doing. The villagers have been taken underground and, you know, sacrificed, and all those horrible, gooey, sacrificey ways. Yeah, sacrificey ways. Yeah. You didn't come here for the my command of the English language at all, did you? It's a bloody good job, really. And yeah, it was a really haunting moment meeting this little ghost down here that, you know, kind of points you in the direction, and you kind of feel bad for them, like, why is the ghost of someone so young trapped in a place like this? But nevertheless, we press on and get lost many, many times. Oh god, I got lost in this bit so many times, but it was fun. It wasn't like a tedious sort of lost. you will find yourself quick saving a lot. And this is what I meant by like the bigger underground caverns. They look really good. It's not like you see on some Doom maps where you get this massive open cavern, but there's just fuck all in it. It's you know, you've got a great texture on the walls. The lighting's absolutely top notch. It is. It's not boring. I find some maps in the engine they can get a bit, well, a bit crap really. If that's the correct way of putting it. Yeah, no, a bit crap. But yeah, we're back outside, fresh air at least, and we've promised the ghost of the child that we will return, which I would like to see us return to this at some point, you know, because at the moment we're just kind of finding out Master Templar's reasons behind things. But this noise is an absolutely fucking terrifying one, because this game likes its... We've gone more supernatural than Quake-esque style gore than Trenchfoot, which I'm totally here for. You know, there's lots of death to be had. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah. So these guys, the trick is to not get anywhere near them. Like, you generally have to keep your distance, but as you can see, you've got lots of trees, different textures. You can't just kite it. It's a claustrophobic map. This is... You really need to keep note of the space you have, you know, as you'll see when you play it yourself, because there'll be links in the description below as always. And seriously, play this and then maybe play Trenchfoot, or even just play it the other way around. You've probably already played Trenchfoot. Do it. It is really good. And there you go. See, I'm not a secrets person. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I did, and I'm really excited to see what else Trenchworks do. Obviously runs in GZ Doom just fine. Unlike the first one, like if you remember for Trenchfoot, you had 2 PK3 files. You had Trenchfoot and then the map as well. But this, it's just one for CountryCide. Yeah, I had really good fun with this, and I died a lot. And I think if they carry on like this, they are going to be setting a new standard for atmospheric, weird, and horror, like outside of stuff like Total Chaos and things like that. Because Total Chaos is great, but to me, I just don't. There's not enough. I don't know. There's not enough identity of the engine there to call it that myself. I think this is, if they carry on as they're going, Trenchwork are onto an absolute winner. As always, the links will be in the description below. And yeah, take care. Have a wonderful day, you awesome people. Mwah.